Hello students, so I am here with the next video of chapter 3 acid, bases and salt. In my previous video I had started the preparation of soluble salts. So we prepared soluble salts by method of direct combination, then we prepared by decomposition. Then I told you one method which is the very common method of preparing salt, that was neutralization. Then I told you neutralization can be divided into two categories: neutralization of acid with soluble base and neutralization of acid with insoluble base. Okay, so whenever the acid is neutralized with soluble base, then that process is specifically known as titration. Okay, so actually what is titration? If you have to define titration, then titration is nothing. Yes, of course it is a neutralization process, but here what we are doing, we first measure the quantity of acid and base which has to be mixed together, and then we obtain only salt and water without the addition of excessive reactant. You may not be getting my point. Let me explain you in easier way. Actually what happens, the process is titration when the acid is neutralized with soluble base. Okay, acids, they are water soluble. Base which we are using is also a water soluble base, and the salt which is prepared by this method is also a soluble salt. So here I have written few examples of neutralization of acid with soluble base. Acid, then all these bases, you know, they are alkalis or soluble base, and the salt which we are preparing by this neutralization are also soluble salt. Now what problem we may face? For example, you are going to start this neutralization and you have taken half test tube of hydrochloric acid, okay, or half test tube of sulfuric acid. Okay, now you start adding sodium hydroxide to it, but what happens, as we it is not observed whether the salt is prepared or not. The salt is a soluble salt. The base which you are adding is also a soluble base. अगर insoluble base होता है तो जब वो एसिड को ऐड करने पर धीरे धीरे डिज़ोल्व होकर सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट बना लेता है, एंड सून दैट इनसॉल्युबल बेस गेट फिनिश्ड, देन यू स्टॉप एडिंग द एसिड, because you know that all the base which we have taken is completely neutralized or is completely used. Now no need of adding any more of acid, otherwise it will result in addition of excessive reactant. अब जब excess में reactant ऐड हो जाता है तो जब आपको प्रोडक्ट मिलता है तो प्रोडक्ट के साथ फिर excessive reactant भी आ जाता है, then you face difficulty to separate the reactant from the product. So this is the problem which happens during the neutralization of acid with soluble base. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम ये देख नहीं पा रहे हैं, क्योंकि बेस भी soluble है, salt भी soluble है, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है हमारे साथ? We may add the excessive reactants, क्योंकि हम समझ ही नहीं पा रहे हैं that the amount of base or the amount of acid which is actually required to neutralize that substance completely is already added. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया ना, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ़ यू take half test tube of HCl or H2SO4 and you start adding sodium hydroxide, then of course the soluble sodium sulfate will be formed, but you are unable to see क्योंकि salt जो prepare हो रहा है वो भी soluble है. Then what happens? The amount of acid which you had taken in the test tube gets neutralized completely or gets used up completely, और आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि वो सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड पूरा यूज्ड हो चुका है और सॉल्ट फॉर्म हो चुका है, और आप उसके बाद भी आप उसमें सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड बाय मिस्टेक एक्सेसिव ऐड कर जाते हैं, बिकॉज वी आर अनेबल टू ऑब्जर्व वेदर द सॉल्ट इज फॉर्म्ड और वेदर द बेस इज न्यूट्रलाइज्ड और नॉट. So to solve this problem and to avoid the addition of excessive reactant, अब प्रॉब्लम क्या होगी? Along with the salt and water you may also get the addition of excessive base या excessive acid. जो भी आपने ज़्यादा ऐड कर दिया वो excessive reactant आपको salt और water के साथ मिलेगा, because salt will be formed with a definite quantity of acid and base. जितना आपने acid लिया है उस क्वांटिटी ऑफ एसिड को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए डेफिनेट क्वांटिटी ऑफ बेस ही चाहिए। तो जब उतना बेस एसिड में ऐड हो जाता है तो सॉल्ट और वाटर फॉर्म हो जाता है। इसके बाद जब एसिड पूरा यूज अप हो गया, नाउ वो यू आर स्टिल एडिंग द बेस, in that case that excessive base will also be obtained along with the salt and water, and then you face difficulty to separate. So that's why we do titration. Titration is a process in which first we measure the quantity of acid and base. हम पहले से ही उस desired quantity को हम measure कर लेते हैं, we calculate. फर्स्ट वी टेक द मेजर्ड क्वांटिटी ऑफ एनी वन ऑफ द सब्सटेंस, बेस या एसिड में किसी भी एक सब्सटेंस की हम मेजर्ड क्वांटिटी लेते हैं और फिर हम ये फाइंड आउट करते हैं कि उस मेजर्ड वॉल्यूम को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए कितना अमाउंट ऑफ एसिड हमको चाहिए। फिर हम एसिड की क्वांटिटी फाइंड आउट करते हैं एंड देन वी मिक्स दैट मेजर्ड क्वांटिटी ऑफ एसिड एंड बेस टू गेट ओनली सॉल्ट एंड वाटर। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हमको 5 ml एसिड को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए 3.5 ml बेस की ज़रूरत है, तो हम टाइट्रेशन के थ्रू पहले से 5 ml एसिड के साथ कितना बेस रिक्वायर्ड होगा दैट वी फाइंड आउट। सो वी मिक्स 5 ml ऑफ एसिड विथ 3.5 ml ऑफ बेस, सो इट विल अवॉइड द एडिशन ऑफ एक्सेसिव रिएक्टेंट, क्योंकि हमको पता है कि 5 ml एसिड कम्प्लीटली न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाएगा 3.5 ml बेस के साथ, सो दैट विल बी द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द रिएक्शन एंड वी विल गेट ओनली सॉल्ट एंड वाटर। एंड हाउ द प्रोसेस टेक्स प्लेस, टाइट्रेशन हम करते कैसे हैं, दैट आई कैन एक्सप्लेन यू। वी हैव सम स्पेसिफिक apparatus which we are using in the lab for titration. So first what we are doing, we take, as I told you, we are using the measured quantity. तो पहले हमने बेस की measured quantity को ले लिया. So we are taking one conical flask and with the help of a pipette एक measuring rod होती है and it has a definite volume maybe of 25 centimeter cube or 20 centimeter cube. So we use that pipette and we add 25 centimeter cube of NaOH. हमने सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड मेजर्ड वॉल्यूम में लेकर कॉनिकल फ्लास्क में डाल दिया. नाउ वी हैव 25 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब ऑफ NaOH. We add few drops of phenolphthalein in it. Phenolphthalein is an indicator which gives pink color with alkalis. Otherwise it will remain colorless. ठीक है, सिर्फ alkali के साथ वो pink रहता है, otherwise it is colorless. So on adding few drops of phenolphthalein, this solution turns pink. Now we have to titrate this sodium hydroxide against sulfuric acid. We are doing this reaction. Okay, sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid to get salt and water. So now this is the second apparatus which we are using. This is known as burette. Okay, it has a stand and this is the burette tube in which that these measurements are given, and in this burette we fill sulfuric acid. Here a knob is there to open and run this liquid in the conical flask. तो हम इसको ये इस knob को close करके and we fill this burette with sulfuric acid. Now the process starts. We just place this conical flask just below the burette and we start running sulfuric acid in this conical flask. Okay, what we are doing, few drops of acid we add and then we shake the flask, then again we add few drops of acid and we shake the flask. What happened, actually what we are doing, we are neutralizing this 25 centimeter cube of NaOH with sulfuric acid. Okay, तो जब तक इसमें सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड रहेगा, that will keep on neutralizing sulfuric acid. Okay, so again you have to open this knob and you have to add the drops of sulfuric acid and you have to shake the flask slowly. We have to do the titration. Now you will see that this liquid, that sulfuric acid, that level will start coming down because it is being used up in neutralization of this sodium hydroxide. Now after some time you will notice that suddenly on adding few drops of sulfuric acid. Actually you have to be very careful in addition of the liquid which is filled in burette to the conical flask. We have to do it very slowly because we have to find out the end point sharply. Okay, what is the end point? The end point comes when on adding a drop of sulfuric acid, that pink color of that solution become colorless. Why that solution become colorless? Actually that solution was colored due to the presence of sodium hydroxide, because phenolphthalein gives pink color with sodium hydroxide. But once all the 25 centimeter cube of sodium hydroxide gets neutralized, or it's finished in neutralization with sulfuric acid, and no more molecule of NaOH is left in the conical flask, at that point that phenolphthalein will not remain pink and it will become colorless, because it was pink just due to the presence of NaOH. As no more molecule of NaOH is left in the flask to give pink color to phenolphthalein, the end point reaches at which you can see the pink color will become colorless. Now what we have to do, just we have to stop this knob and close the knob, and then we have to see the reading. That was the initial reading. Okay, and after running the liquid in the conical flask, maybe the liquid, that level comes here. So that will be the final reading. So what we have to do, we have to subtract the final reading from the initial reading to calculate the volume of sulfuric acid used to neutralize 25 centimeter cube of NaOH. Okay, we had taken the measured quantity of NaOH, it was 25 centimeter cube. लेकिन टाइट्रेशन के मेथड से, टाइट्रेशन के प्रोसीजर से हम ये फाइंड आउट कर रहे थे कि 25 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब NaOH को कम्प्लीटली न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए, इसके एक एक मॉलिक्यूल को यूज़ करने के लिए हमको कितना सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड चाहिए. सो दैट वी हैव सीन हियर that entire 25 centimeter cube of NaOH has been used up. That's why that phenolphthalein becomes colorless, and the amount of acid which was used to neutralize 25 centimeter cube of NaOH we can find out by subtracting the final reading from the initial reading. Now what we have to do, we have to mix that 25 centimeter cube of NaOH with that volume of sulfuric acid which we have calculated. अब हम 25 सेंटीमीटर NaOH के साथ उतना वॉल्यूम ऑफ सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड ही ऐड करेंगे जो हमने टाइट्रेशन के थ्रू फाइंड आउट किया है. So to get only soluble salt and water, that will avoid the addition of excessive reactant, and our problem of separating the reactant from the product will be solved. Okay, so this is the method of titration, which means we mix the measured or calculated amount of acid and base to get salt and water. अब हमको एक रफ रेशियो मिल चुका है. For example, we got the ratio that 25 centimeter cube of NaOH requires 15 centimeter cube of acid. Just फॉर योर नॉलेज आई एम टेलिंग कि 25 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब ऑफ NaOH को 15 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब ऑफ एसिड चाहिए. तो उस रेशियो के अकॉर्डिंग हम जितना भी ज़्यादा बेस और एसिड मिक्स करना चाहें, वी कैन यूज़ द सेम रेशियो एंड वी कैन इंक्रीज द अमाउंट एज पर द रेशियो एंड वी विल गेट ओनली सॉल्ट एंड वाटर. सो आप इसको लार्ज स्केल पे भी प्रिपरेशन कर सकते हैं. उसी रेशियो के अकॉर्डिंग हम अपने रिएक्टेंट्स की क्वांटिटी को बढ़ा के उतना ही, अगर 25 सेंटीमीटर को इतना चाहिए तो 25 लीटर के लिए कितना चाहिए, या 250 लीटर्स के लिए कितना चाहिए. सो दैट वी कैन कैलकुलेट, और उसी कैलकुलेशन के अकॉर्डिंग हम एसिड और बेस को मिक्स करेंगे टू गेट ओनली सॉल्ट एंड वाटर. सो दैट वाज द प्रोसेस ऑफ टाइट्रेशन. So here I have finished the preparation of salt by mixing acid and soluble base. Now one more category of neutralization is there when acid is mixed with insoluble base. I told you many times the first three metal oxides are soluble: potassium, sodium and calcium. Below that all the metals, magnesium, zinc, aluminium, lead, copper, all these iron, all these metal oxides as well as their hydroxides are insoluble. Okay, so whenever we mix the acid with insoluble base, the product will always be salt and water. Of course it is neutralization reaction, लेकिन हम इसको titration नहीं कहेंगे क्योंकि यहाँ हमको इनकी क्वांटिटी इसको कैलकुलेट करके मिक्स करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज वी कैन ऑब्जर्व हम इस इनसॉल्युबल मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड में धीरे धीरे HCl ऐड करेंगे एंड यू विल सी दैट दिस इनसॉल्युबल बेस विल स्टार्ट डिजॉल्विंग टू फॉर्म द सॉल्युबल मैग्नीशियम क्लोराइड एंड वाटर. सो यू कैन ऑब्जर्व, अब आपको दिख रहा है ये इनसॉल्युबल बेस धीरे धीरे डिजॉल्व होता हुआ दिख रहा है, एंड वंस the base, that insoluble base will be dissolved completely, you can just stop the reaction because at that point you have only salt and water in the container. Okay, so here no need of mixing the calculated quantity. We can add the acid slowly to the insoluble base, and once the base will get dissolved we can stop the reaction to get only salt and water. So here nitric acid with insoluble lead hydroxide, insoluble lead hydroxide will slowly get dissolved to form the soluble lead nitrate and water. Then sulfuric acid with copper hydroxide, insoluble base, slowly on adding sulfuric acid, this insoluble copper hydroxide will get dissolved to form soluble copper sulfate and water. Okay, so these are the method of neutralization in which we had mixed acid with soluble base by titration, and we mixed acid with insoluble base through neutralization. Now coming to the last method of preparing soluble salt, that is by action of alkali on amphoteric metals. You know that metals have the property to liberate hydrogen with dilute acids. Okay, so in that reaction, you know, these metals, they evolve hydrogen with the formation of salt, and that salt is a soluble salt. But some metals which are amphoteric in nature, amphoteric means showing the dual nature of acid and base, which have the acidic as well as the basic property, or you can say that which react both with acid and base. क्योंकि एसिड और बेस दोनों से रिएक्ट वो तभी करेंगे जब वो खुद एसिडिक और बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी को पजेस करते, बिकॉज they will react with base when they show the acidic property, and they will react with acid when they show the basic property. Then only the product will be salt and water. So amphoteric metals, many times I told you, they are zinc, aluminium and lead. So amphoteric metals as well as their oxides and hydroxides, zinc, aluminium, lead, zinc oxide, aluminium oxide, lead oxide, as well as zinc hydroxide, aluminium hydroxide and lead hydroxide, all these substances can form soluble salt with alkalis also. Not only with acid, they will form soluble salt with alkalis due to the dual nature or due to the amphoteric nature. Okay, so when we add metals to alkalis, the product will be salt and hydrogen. Okay, यहाँ पे salt और water नहीं बन रहा है, यहाँ पे product होगा salt and hydrogen because we are adding just metals. So zinc on addition to sodium hydroxide will give the soluble sodium zincate and liberate hydrogen. In the same way, aluminium actually react with very dilute alkali. So in this reaction, along with NaOH, we have to add water also because it need dilute alkalis. Then the product will be sodium meta-aluminate and hydrogen.